Did you ever play like Magic or
Pokemon.
any card games? You played Pokemon.
Hmm.
Did you? I forget. There's like there's like a 5 year age gap between us. You're 31, right?
Yeah.
Were you was were you still young enough to where it wouldn't be weird to play in the Pokemon tournaments they would have every Saturday at Toys R Us?
Oh no! Oh, dude, you don't even know. I went to I think they called it Pokemon League.
Yes.
Did you go
Dude,
to these?
at Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Every Saturday, my dad would drive me.
Dude, I had to I had to
like,
stop going. Hold on. I had to stop going when I came the second. No, not the second. I've gone like quite a bit. Me and Chris actually used to go to these we were kids. Okay. So at an early age, I tried to like get on the internet and like do shit. It was really weird. eBay was around a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah.
But one of the things that was funny was that so what I would do is I bought like Japanese booster packs. And then when you trade them in the US, it's like, oh my God, this is Japanese shit. So what I would do is I would just trade commons. I scammed this one kid out of his holographic first edition Venusaur, okay? And then a Blastoise and a Charizard, all three from the base set for like for some Japanese commons. And the second time when I showed up afterwards, the kid was upset and he had his parents with him. And he was trying to say, like, oh, like, we think that you're, because my dad would usually drop us off. And then there was like my mom and dad would go to a Barnes and Noble, like across the street or whatever. And his parents tried to talk to me. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what I said. I just said some dumb shit. And my mom and dad asked me, like, did you do any bad things? Like, oh, I don't remember. Like, and then I think I blamed Chris on that because he wasn't with us that time. Dude, that kid was so fucking mad.
Dude,
And I didn't go back after that. But yeah, I had so much fun there. It was it was a cool thing.
So I'm trying to remember how old I was. Probably like 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
But like for some reason, like I was insanely good at it. Like all those guys who were like anywhere from mid-20s to like mid-30s that would go and just shit on all these little kids. Like as a kid, I could still beat those guys.
Yeah.
And I got this Pokemon game that you would put into the computer. It was like the trading card game.
Are you talking about the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color Pokemon?
No,
Oh, okay.
they had one for PC.
Interesting.
And at the league, the more that you played, like if you won, they would put like stamps in your book.
Yes,
and
they had.
Twitter
Yeah,
as
you could get a
was
stamp every 10 wins, and then they would give you
a gym badge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
Okay.
I had 6 or 7 of them. Yeah.
Right. So when I got this card game for the PC, if you completed the story mode, you got a printout that was good for 10 stamps.
Mm-hmm.
So I played through the campaign like as many times as I needed to get all of the gym badges.
Mm-hmm.
So I show up and I have like 8 to 10 of these papers and I'm like, I need the stamps for these. And the guy's like reading it. He like brings his manager over. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to. And I'm like, well, I just played through the game and every time you win, you get all these stamps. And the guy's like, okay. So he just goes stamp, 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 flip the page, stamp, 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 stamp.
Oh my God.
And then one day I got all the gym badges and all these kids were like, how did you get it? How did you get it? But like that one memory just sticks out in my mind. And my fucking neighbors, Dale and Eric, stole my 2 Charizard cards that I had.
Damn. I remember it got boring because me and Chris basically made friends with the guy that was like, there was like the guy that was in charge of stamping books. And apparently if you were friends with that guy, he would just stamp your shit for free. So after a while, it didn't mean anything because a lot of kids were just getting their shit stamped as long as they were friends with the guy. But
I gotta take my dog out.
yeah, sure. God damn, dude. There used to be a channel I remember I would watch on cable TV. It was like channel 200 some bullshit. It was called like
Hello chat, you are looking wow wee woof affiliated turkey.
I'm not gonna remember what it was, but it was either the foreign channel or it was like a Japanese channel. Because I know they had like, because what happened was if you watch this channel at like 1 a.m. on like Friday nights, they would be playing Dragon Ball Z, but the Japanese version of Dragon Ball Z. and it was like a season or two ahead, I think, of the American version. So like I remember trying to tune in and figure out like what was going on, but there were no subtitles, so you just had to watch it and try to like guess along. But like Gohan was like Super Saiyan and shit, and you're like, oh my god, like there's some crazy shit, and you'd be stuck like a season or 2 or 3 behind on like Toonami or yeah, it was Toonami back then, not Adult Swim. The International Channel. That might have been what it was called.
778 millimeters of mercury bonus meme. Pepe wins.
Toonami was Adult Swim? I don't remember. It might have been back then. It's been a long time. Didn't they start doing like Toonami at night, and eventually they called Toonami at night Adult Swim or something? Or maybe they just started Adult Swim at night. I don't remember. No, Adult Swim was never in the afternoon like when Toonami was, because Adult Swim was literally for adults, right? Toonami was before Adult Swim? Oh yeah, Toonami was definitely before it, but... Oh, Toonami did something called the Midnight Run, and that became Adult Swim. True. You giving a take on the Seattle memes yet? Nope, but it's dumb.
In 7th grade, my family, well, it was mostly my computer, was in the kitchen, and in 7th grade is when I started like watching anime like here and there, and I started, I think I was like 5 episodes into Death Note.
The Toonami
And I got up
speech
from my
still makes
computer
me
to
tear
grab
up.
something, and my mom saw the screen, and literally just from reading Death Note was like, oh, Tabor wants to kill himself.
Dude, do you ever have the thing where every single time you're watching fucking anime, your parents just happen to come in and it's always like the worst fucking scene? I remember I used to watch...
Haley comes into the office every single time Yennefer is naked.
Yeah, it's so... Yeah, I remember that I was watching... I used to watch Outlaw Star as a kid. And my mom walked in the one time, I think, when Jean is fighting the samurai lady for the first time, and he, like, hits the sash to, like, undo her dress. And my mom walks in, and she's like, oh, so this is how they treat women in this world? I'm like, Mom, it's not like that. You don't understand. And then any other time she would come in, Melfina was, like, getting naked to, like, get in the fucking ship. And I'm like, it's not like that, Mom. God, dude, every fucking time. Oh, and I remember one time, too, she came in during a Cowboy Bebop episode. It was at the end of, I think it's the first episode where they have the red-eye drug, and you watch the ship get shot up with the quote-unquote pregnant woman, and my mom is like, I can't believe you watch this garbage. Like, they're just killing pregnant women. I'm like, no, Mom, she's not even pregnant. Mom, you don't understand, Mom. It's part of the story. Oh, God, fuck, I get so fucking triggered.
I wasn't allowed to go over to my neighbor's house because my mom found out I was playing GTA over there.
Yeah? Damn.
That was like right at the height.
Yeah, holy shit. Even the top-down GTA got me in so much trouble. GTA 1, GTA 2. Do you remember any Pokemon decks you used to play?
Stephen,
yeah, no,
I
the
love
only
you.
deck I would
Take
play
care,
with was a
buddy.
fire deck because I literally
Fire
had like
deck.
2 or 3 Charizards.
Oh, interesting. I used to play, there were 2 decks that I played, both of them equally obnoxious. One was called a Speed Evolution deck, which was loaded with, it was Squirtles to Blastoise, and then a fuck ton of Professor Oaks and Pokemon Trainer, I think is what he was called. So the goal was to have by like round 2 or 3, I think, you could have like a Blastoise on the board.
Oh my god.
It was so obnoxious. And then the other deck that I had, this was the evilest fucking deck of all time. I loved it. It was called a Psychic Stall deck. So there was a Pokemon called Mr. Mime, and he had an ability, his Pokemon ability, unless he was like slept, paralyzed, or poisoned, was to block every attack that did more than 20 damage. And what you would do is you'd load your deck up with these things called Defenders. You could have 4 in the deck, and when you had Defenders in, if you put a Defender on, 20 damage unless does no damage. So you're basically, your Mr. Mimes were invisible, and the goal is to just bleed your opponent out of cards until he couldn't do anything.
Invisible Wall.
Uh-huh.
Wait, it was a passive.
Yeah, but it was passive, so it was always active unless they got poisoned, paralyzed,
whenever an attack, including your own, does 30 or more damage to Mr.
completely
Mime,
nullified.
After applying weakness and resistance, prevent that damage.
And then if you paired it with Defenders, those little blue things, you could get 4 of them in a deck. Yeah, and then people...
So like I was like such a kid back then that like optimization of anything like was so far out of my mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue what that shit was. So I literally just have a water deck, a
Mm-hmm.
fire deck, an electric like that's how I would play. But I'll never forget the only kid who could consistently beat me had like an all psychic deck and he would just confuse my Pokemon because every round it was a 50-50 on whether or not your Pokemon was still confused or not.
Yeah.
So my Pokemon would fucking kill themselves.
Damn.
Oh, I was so pissed when I had to play that kid.
Those were the days. That was good socialization. It was fun before I got into like scamming people and everything. To like to go around and hang out with a bunch of kids like playing Pokemon cards and shit. I always thought that was fun.
Dude, I used to. Oh God, I don't know how much I want to reveal on stream. I used to play Neopets as a kid too, like in
Yeah.
like third or fourth grade, and they came out with a TCG, and God, this is so embarrassing. But I guess this shows like how competitive I was as a kid too. I went to a Wizards of the Coast to go play Neopets with my buddy in a tournament, and
Mm-hmm.
the grand prize was like a full box of cards. And I was playing through, and I beat my friend twice, which didn't normally happen, and I made it to the championship round, and I lost to like this 25-year-old kid, and I started crying, and
Aww.
he gave me like the grand prize trophy and the box of cards because like he could afford to buy them on him by himself, and I literally got a fuck ton of cards and the trophy for it.
Damn.
God, the guy felt bad, but I was literally like 11.
Jesus.
He was a good duder. Dude, I'll tell you what. Having a box of cards like that they would sell, like the thing that would house like all the packs.
Mm-hmm.
Weebs are
Having that as
DJs
a
and
fourth
pedos.
grader, that was one of the most fun experiences of my entire life. Opening a whole box of cards, like that's insane.
Weren't they? Are you talking about like the pre-made decks though? They never had like anything good in them. No.
Oh no, I'm saying like the boxes that would
Oh, that
house
had the
the.
booster packs.
Yeah, you get like one or two full boxes as like grand prizes and shit.
Huh.
So like
Yeah,
that
booster
was
packs.
I mean it's at least like $30 or $40 worth of cards for a fourth grader. Like I invited my friend over and we just opened all these cards and it was like Christmas morning.
Dude, I remember I wanted to there was like a scam you could do early on, not a scam, but like I asked my parents to order the scales. You can get really sensitive scales off of eBay, but they were
Yep,
like morally
the
opposed to cheating.
hollows.
Yeah, because the hollow packs would weigh I think a few grams more than the non-hollow packs, and you could reliably like just like weigh them all, buy the ones with the hollows, and then leave everything else. My parents never got me the fucking scales. That triggered the fuck out of me. Were you ever, remember the Pokemon leagues at Toys R Us when they did the special events where they transferred Mew to you for your Game Boy game? Were you ever at one of those?
No, I must not have been aware of that.
I think they had like big event. It might not have been Pokemon League that they were hosting. It might have been when the movie came out, maybe, and you could go there and as a special promotion, they would
Do you
give you
remember the
Mews.
cards they gave out at the
Yeah, I think they
Egyptian
were
Mew
shit.
cards?
Or like you
That
thought,
was
everyone thought they were
lit
gonna be
as a
like
kid.
super ultra fucking rare, but then like
Everyone
everybody
had
had
them because
yeah.
everyone saw the
Yeah, of
movie.
course, yeah, multiple times sometimes, yeah.
The best were the ones where it was like a pack and you had like a 1 in 6 chance of getting each one. So I lived right by the movie theater, so we would just keep going in and
Uh-huh.
getting them. But and the Burger King toys, like, oh man, I had so much cool shit.
Oh yeah, remember the big Pokeballs with the golden cards
Yeah,
inside,
the
kind of, or the golden
ones.
plaques?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was. Those were so cool.
dude, that shit must have made those people so much money. I don't know why they don't. Do they still do that anymore?
kind of
When you'd
pack
make your mom and
searching
dad
with a
like go through
scale
the
goes
Burger
on
King like
today.
over and over and over again.
NBA
I
cards
don't
going
think to
for
that
thousands
scale,
of
or else
dollars.
it's just like we got out of the age to where we would even know about it.
Maybe, yeah. Well, because I feel like Nathan would have asked you something. I don't know. Or maybe there was nothing. I don't know what exists today that had the same draw as like Pokemon cards and shit as like kids.
Beyblades came back.
Yeah.
And actually
Oh.
playing Pokemon came back too. I babysat kids, and then also my trainer's son. My trainer walks in and he goes, "Well, he found out about Pokemon," and I'm like, "Oh shit, is it still that big?" And he's like, "Yep." He was like, "I bought so many packs over the weekend. And he's trading the good ones at school and getting robbed," and I'm like, "Oh shit."
Did you ever play Pogs?
No, no.
The thing
I
so
know.
that you would like, I don't even remember how you played it. You would like flip them somehow and you could like keep them if you beat your friend or whatever. Oh god, it's been
Yeah, I
so
don't
long.
understand. I'm trying to think of other. Like we played Beyblades in fourth grade. That shit was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then our teacher's son stole one of our Beyblades during lunch, and we accused him of it. And she said, "No more Beyblades during lunch anymore."
You know what one of my favorite fucking toys in the fucking world was? Do you remember I used to terrorize my sister with this. Do you remember, did you ever hear about toys called Sky Dancers? Wait, do you have siblings?
Oh, is it that thing you like? I have a little sister. You like rip it and it spins, right?
Yeah, but what you could do is you could get tape and you could tape the bottom of the toy. So then you just like keep spinning it and it's like a chainsaw and you'd run around like "Argh!"
Oh, because as you spin, their wings go out.
Yeah, they come out like
start
fucking
instead of-
chainsaws and you just like fucking chase them down. Holy shit.
Oh. Tech Decks, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what other. Nah, Webkins was after I was older. Neopets was like the first Webkins, in my opinion.
There was so much technology that existed as kids that we totally take for granted now. Like one of the coolest things that ever existed as a kid was like the little pens that could record your voice and like play it back and stuff. These are like the idea of like having a voice recorder that was like portable and shit that didn't need like a cassette tape and everything was so fucking cool when those first started to appear as toys.
Dude, I never. Do you remember there were attachments for the original? Well, I don't know about the original, but the Game Boy Color to like take pictures.
Yes.
Like it was almost. Like
Oh,
a
and you could
webcam?
get like Game Boy printer and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone in chat mentioned Yakbacks is one of the things that were called. Yeah. Did you ever play with the Boppets?
Bop it.
Yeah.
Pull it. Spin it.
Oh, that was Bop It. Bop It Extreme, I think, or Bop It.
Oh yeah, the
Advance.
spin it was bop it, pull it, twist it. Oh, that was it.
Yeah, it was Bop It, Pull It, and Twist It, and then you got Spin It and Flick It, I think, on the
Yeah, on the big one that had
Extreme
like
one.
4 arms.
One of the worst ideas that ever existed. God, I remember eating so many of these fucking flavored markers, dude. I remember when I was like 4 years old, I would get a box of these. I'd crawl off into a fucking
Flavored?
corner. Not flavored.
Scented.
Scented, yeah. Well, they were flavored. I don't know if it was just a scent, but I would suck on those motherfuckers. Oh man, dude. My mom or dad would find me one of these, and they'd get so worried. They'd always take me to the bathroom, and they'd make me. I was so young. I must have been like 3 or 4. Because I remember this is back when I had trouble getting up on the bed. They would carry me off to the bathroom and make like run water over my tongue, but I don't think that would fucking do anything. Dude, I don't know why they kept buying these things. Oh my god.
Do you remember that godforsaken? This is the most cursed thing of the mid 2000s. Like the green and purple ketchup.
Green and purple ketchup. I don't think so, but I never liked ketchup.
Google
So
it.
maybe.
Google it. You would have to Google the green ketchup. We were poor as
shit.
fuck growing up, so like I never had this, but at my neighbor's house they always had like the crazy colored. Oh, I thought it was so cool, but looking back, that's so disgusting.
Damn. Do you remember like the Nick shows, like Legend of the Hidden Temple and stuff?
Yeah, those were awesome.
Holy shit. The kids version of SNL, all that.
Totally, Kyle.
Yeah. Oh man. Did you ever have Nerf guns? Yeah, I did, but I never bought like a bunch of ammo. Dude, when I buy Nathan, when he got like Nerf guns, dude, I got like the 700 bullet pack. So have you ever lost the darts or whatever? Also, the Nerf guns that exist today are really powerful, dude. I had this sniper rifle at our house that I would fucking shoot Nathan with, and he would scream like every time I hit him. He'd be like, ah! Dude, he'd be so mad every time. These motherfucking guns today are powerful, dude. In our days, Nerf guns fucking sucked. Like half the time the dart would go on and pull. God, it was so bad.
If you bent the dart at all,
yeah, it would just get stuck on the end and shit. Like,
all these memories are flooding back. Oh my god.
oh
That
my
fucking-
god! I remember one of the times I got like in so much trouble. Me and Chris were gonna have a snowball fight with another 2 kids in the neighborhood or whatever. It might have been more than that, but I remember that we prepared the previous night where we had made like 30 fucking snowballs and we'd put them in our little, I had like this weird play thing in the back.
No.
Yep. I had no idea. We're like, this is such a good idea. We're so smart. We prepared all these fucking snowballs. And then the next day when we like started the snowball fight, I think he landed like a really good hit and he fucked this kid's face up hardcore because they'd frozen because they'd melted a little bit and then refroze overnight. Yeah. And I didn't even think about it. Oh my God.
Literal weapon.
Yeah. It was one of the only times we'd done something that got like another kid like hurt or whatever. And my mom was freaking the fuck out. This is why you don't go outside, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. Did you ever have a thing? I remember one thing I did as a kid. I miss like really big snow. I haven't seen snow in a long time in California now. Did you ever do the thing as a kid where you're like, man, I could just fall back on the snow and it'll feel like I'm falling into like a pile of leaves?
Of course.
Yeah, I did that one time as a kid. It's just literally just like falling. It's like just falling onto your back like a fucking morning. You're so relaxed, you never expect it. It's like, oh, that hurt a lot. So stupid.
It just knocks all the air out of you.
Yeah, holy shit.
Those ice balls fucking hurt.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
That moment when you accidentally hurt some other kid and they just started screaming is the fucking worst. Oh yeah, anytime that happens and like every kid like runs, was like, dude, what's wrong? What's up? What's going on, dude? Are you okay? Because nobody wants like the parents to come out.
You can hit me, dude. No, punch me.
Yeah. It's okay, dude. You want to hit me? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, when they turned that down, you were fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Then you really started to panic when they turned down the hit me.
God, and you were so anxious because you knew that like in like 6 hours somebody was gonna get you in trouble. You'd be waiting at home for your parents to come and talk to you. Like,
Oh shit. Dude, my neighbors were totally the kids where it was, if you were at their house, well, you're the guest. This is my house. But if they're over at your house, I'm the guest. I get to decide what we get to play. And I'm like, fuck you. But you just don't realize how. I mean, you realize how shitty it is, but I mean, it's really shitty for kids to do that.
true. Well, such were the early days. You remember Crazy Bones? 100%. I remember playing with Crazy Bones. The little guys, they like stood on their own, right? Or you like they're like these little like itty bitty guys that could, yeah.
Oh, I barely remember.
You could do these
Bionicles. I remember Bionicles.
Yeah. You could do these like pogs, right? I think where you could like hit them and keep them or something. I don't remember. It's been a long, long time.
Okay. Did you ever have like a yo-yo lesson in gym class?
Nope.
Square dancing?
I think we did the electric slide. That one.
Jump roping?
Jump roping was awesome.
Did you do jump for life?
I don't think so. The three best days, or the 2 best days for gym, were when you showed up and the scooters were out. You know, those little 4-wheel scooters that you'd sit on?
Oh, yeah.
Or the parachutes were out. Did you guys do the thing where you ran around and you'd like go under the parachute?
Yep.
And then jump. Oh, no. And then when the balls went, we had to play dodgeball.
Kids Heart Challenge. Jump. Oh, wait. Is it jump for heart? Jump roping for heart? Dude, they had lesson plans on how to teach kids how to jump rope. Okay, the main thing is that I know that there's a lot of people who in their gym class, their gym teacher had like a yo-yoing section lesson plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize this till I got older, but apparently the fucking gym teachers got a kickback from these yo-yo companies. So these gym teachers were making money by yo-yoing, and they had like all these different models of yo-yos, and some were better. You know, you would like throw it down and walk the dog because it would hold it there. Like those were more expensive than the normal ones, and these fucking gym teachers were pocketing this money.
Damn. I remember when you would do you remember when you do like fundraisers for your school and they'd give you that magazine packet to take home to your fucking neighborhood and try to sell that stupid shit that nobody fucking cared about?
You want to buy some fucking wrapping paper?
Oh my god.
Or a fruit basket? But now that I think about it, it's like if my kid brings one of those home, I kind of want to be like, fuck yeah, let's buy all the shit.
Let's get it all. Hell yeah.
Like,
let's fuck them up.
How much? Ask your teacher how much you need for the pizza party, because the class that sells the most gets a pizza party. How much does she need? Just fucking throw like $400 for the class.
Shit, yeah.
Fuck it. The pizza, make your own pizza kits. They had like the popcorn tin.
I never know what's appropriate for that because I don't want to like. I don't want my kid to stand out too much or for it to be weird, you know? I remember they did like a gift card thing for my kid's second grade teacher, I think. And they were, for like her birthday, somebody emailed all the parents like, hey, if you guys can throw some money in or whatever for like an Amazon gift card we would give her. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'll throw in like $250, I guess. It sounds cool. Like, she does a lot for my kid. And then she says a big thank you at the end. It's like, good job, guys. We raised almost $500 for a gift card. I was like, oh, God. Like, oh, fuck. That's cringe. I think I like way overgave. Holy shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I would do that.
Stop
too.
making me feel
Oh
old.
fuck. Because you're like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna fucking.
Yeah, I gave a bit, yeah. I mean, I live like, and this is
$50.
one of the wealthiest school districts in Omaha. Like, you cheap motherfuckers should be able to cheapen a little bit. What the fuck? Fucking losers.
My dad's a Twitch streamer. What if you got an email from the teacher like, hey, we really need more books, and you know, I saw how much you donated for that.
Yeah, I would do it. I feel bad for teachers. That's weird as fuck to me. That somebody so important is like making like 10 times less.
Oh, dude.
It's like,
Well,
Jesus.
so one of Haley's best friends is a teacher in the town that she and I both grew up in, and it was just right after I played for the Packers, so I had a good amount of money, and I was like, dude, like, I'm gonna buy her a bunch of books for her classroom because this is her first year teaching in our school district. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I go to Barnes and Noble, and I'm like filling up a basket of all my favorite books from when I was a kid that are around that rating level, and I fucking check out, and just, I mean, I maybe had like 10 books. That shit was like close to like $300 fucking dollars.
Jeez.
For 10 books with a class of at least 25 kids. Like,
Books are
I just feel
expensive,
so
dude.
bad.
That shit
Yeah,
was a
they're
fucking
so expensive.
racket. In high school, you'd have to pay like $200 for like a biology book. Oh my God. This was one
if
of
you
the...
like ruined your books. Oh, those kids who ruined
Oh,
books.
dude. So I had to work. So by the time I was 16, my mom and dad had both moved away, and I didn't have like any financial help from them. So like I had to work. I did something called work study, which is where you stayed for 2 or 3 hours after school every day to kind of like work to pay for your high school tuition. So I was always strapped for cash when I was like 16,
Wait,
17.
did you say you went to a private school?
I did, yeah. So I had to work to pay for it.
Okay.
Now. So I was always strapped for cash, and at the end of my junior year, they do these things at the end of the year where they do book buybacks, where you can sell your books back to the school. And what I found out my senior year, so going into school my senior year, I think I'd read somewhere on the internet that you can buy some books that schools use. It never even occurred to me, but you can buy some of these books online, like the same editions and everything. And I'm like, oh. And so a $300 biology book online might only be like $30 or $40 for a new book.
God.
And I must have spent like fucking $500 or $600 or $700 towards the end of the year buying a ton of these books. And then I would go in like every 2 hours during the buyback, and I would sell all these books, dude. I mean, like $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 fucking dollars.
What?
Walking in with a full stack of books that I'd bought online to sell back to school every time. Holy shit! It was like I felt like a fucking god. I'd never been so rich in my fucking life. Holy shit!
So, playing college football, there's a lot of great guys on the team, but there's also a lot of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And I know 2 guys who at the end of every semester, well, at the beginning you buy your books, right? And then at the end you can sell them back, hopefully. This guy and his buddy would go in, and people would like set down their books somewhere right before they sold them, and they would scoop them up, walk around for 30 minutes, make sure that person left, and then sell all their books back.
Oh, jeez. Dude, during our sales, people would steal books and shit a lot towards the end of the year. You have to be super careful because people will steal it, will jack your shit if you leave it out in the open because they know they can sell it for money.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if people noticed me there. That's why you'd go in every 2 or 3 hours because the book buyback, like all the teachers throughout the entire school rotated, so they wouldn't see you going like multiple times. If you went back like over and over again at the same time, you'd probably get caught like a dumbass. But I remember one time when a teacher confiscated a CD player, which because you weren't allowed to have any even inside the school. So like I walked in with one on like my books, and the dean took it. When I walked in to get it,
kids can text now at school.
yeah, that shit is crazy. I remember when I walked back to get it during lunch because he told me to come back at lunch and give me my CD player back. He had said he was listening to it, and he kept my CD. It was Hybrid Theory because he said that it was inappropriate for school, and he said he didn't want to give it back to me unless he talked to my parents. And I never got that CD back.
Fuck.
My Linkin Park. I don't even think they say bad words in that fucking album. Holy shit. Ugh. I had to learn how to burn CDs and DVDs and shit real fast. Not DVDs, it was CDs back then. Because, dude, that shit was so expensive. $15 for a goddamn CD? Are you fucking serious? Holy shit. Thank God for Oink back in the day. And then learning how to, like, rip, like, albums and shit. Ugh. You mean Napster? Fuck Napster. I was an Oink kid. I never liked downloading individual tracks. I wanted to get that perfect CD with the log file and everything so I could burn that shit like a motherfucker. I remember that I had a stack of, like, it must have been like I tried to put every album I had on a CD because I thought it'd be cool. Because I always thought that, like, you know, like storage on like discs is like the way that, because hard drives weren't that big back then. I remember the first hard drive I bought when I was 17. I bought another hard drive to like add storage to my computer. I think it was like a $90 hard drive, 90 or $100 for 40 gigabytes of space. A whole big drive, whole platter drive, 40 gigabytes. I remember that I burned and ripped perfectly. It was like 60 or 70 CDs, and I to label all of them, I would take a piece of paper and I'd use stickers to secure the tape, like the paper thing to it, to label it so that I could rewrite on it if I needed to or whatever. And I remember that when we went on a big, we went on like a band trip for a competition or whatever, and I started to put the CDs in to play them, and none of them fucking played because the paper on the CD like weighed it down and caused it to skip and fuck up, and I had to unlabel every fucking CD. I was so mad. Oh my God, remember when CD players started to come out with the fucking like 40 seconds of no skip? Like, so that you can actually run with them or like move them around and the CDs wouldn't skip? Yeah, because it would keep like 40 seconds of buffer or whatever. That was like one of the big marketing was like 20 seconds, no skip, 45 seconds, no skip or whatever on the, yeah.
I don't even know how that would work.
Probably just reads ahead and then stores it in like memory or something and then plays it. Yeah.
Which is nuts. I don't know why, but it just seems like the 2000s, like some shit was just so primitive still. Like fucking Tamagotchis were out then. Like
Hikikomori, thanks for the tier 3 sub, buddy. Yeah. Tamagotchis. Neo. Oh, did you ever have a Hey You Pikachu?
Yeah, let me Google that. Hold on.
Oh my God. I remember you could, if you had the right kind of dryer, if it moved enough, you could tape that to the side of the dryer and it would walk for you,
Jesus
and you could get.
Christ.
Listen, man, I had to find out a lot of shit out.
Think about that shit. I was 5 years younger than you.
Yeah.
I didn't have those
true,
critical thinking skills. God damn it! Now I have so many regrets. Now I found about link cables so far after they had come out.
Oh shit, dude! I remember for trading Pokemon on the Game Boys, that with the link cable, if you unplugged it from the person receiving the Pokemon or transferring the Pokemon, like halfway through the trade, you would duplicate the Pokemon. I remember shit like that.
Remember the rare candy glitch?
Yes, dude. I remember
We
that.
did
Oh my
for
God, this is one of the
hours.
worst things I've ever done in my life. I traded my sister one of those glitch Pokemon and told her that it was like super powerful, and that if she deposited in it her PC, I think it would like save her. It would like make all of her Pokemon super strong. I think that if you did that, it would glitch your shit or whatever. I remember it fucked up like so much of her fucking game.
Storing a missing gnome.
Putting the missing gnomes, I think in the PCs, I think would like fuck all of your.
Because you would get it at the. Or wait, you would like. I know exactly where it is. Is it Verulian?
It was on the east side of Sinsabar Island, I think. Right? You would surf up and down on the.
Well, there was that spot, but then there was a spot by that little river where the Gyarados is, I thought.
I don't know. I remember you'd surf up and down the east side of the Sinsabar. Sinsabar? Is that how you pronounce it? Cinnabor? I don't remember what it was. That island or whatever. Yeah. You would go up and down.
Here, yeah, it is Cerulean, right? It's.
Did you ever get Pokemon over level 100? Yeah, you'd catch the Rapidashes and shit, right? You could get them to 255, I think, and if you tried to level them one more, they'd reset back to either 1 or 99 or 0 or something.
I didn't even know about that. I would just do the rare candy glitch and
Steven?
spam, make rare candies and level everything to 99.
Yeah.
That would take fucking hours. Did it double? I can't remember. Chat, you might remember it. I can't remember if it doubled how many you had or if it just added 1 each time. Fuck, dude. My grandma would work for the Army Corps of Engineers, so she would go to Japan every once in a while, and she would get me Japanese Pokemon cards. And I remember before I moved to Oklahoma, my neighbor and I would play, and I would fucking wait. I had a hollow Lugia. And I wagered one, and this was before Lugia even came to America. Like, I mean, none of the kids knew who the fuck that was.
Mm-hmm.
And I would wager against one of my neighbor's older brothers and fucking get my ass kicked every time, and he just took all my fucking good Japanese cards.
Damn. Somebody asked how I knew about these things in high school. Dude, there was the God tier website back then. It was the single website that you could go to for good ass information about games. Who fucking knows it in chat? Where are my old frogs at? Beast GameSpot. Fucking wrong. Yes, Haich. It was GameFaQs. Yes, 100%, dude. People on that website put so much effort into their fucking into their walkthroughs and their guides and shit, and their total like huge detailed shit on like breeding Pokemon for Gold and Silver and Crystal and everything. Like holy shit, yeah. GameFaQs was the place to go. You would get that shit. You'd get the printer friendly versions when you'd open the things up, and then you'd print that shit out. You'd walk it upstairs to your PC, or not your PC, your like your PlayStation or whatever you were playing at the time. Yeah.
Does anybody have a screenshot of GameFaQs like back in the day? Like I want to see if it brings back memories or not. Once I learned how to like look up like optimizing shit online, like all these games just got ruined for me.
Yeah, stuff became quite a bit less interesting. Yeah.
Like even buying, I remember buying like the original like World of Warcraft like strategy book, and like even the way that they produced those, it still felt like it was a part of the universe. Like you weren't just completely cheating.
Yeah, these books sucked in terms of like there was always more in GameFAQs, but they were cool. I remember the old like Brady games and Prima strategy guides that really did feel like part of the gaming experience. Where you'd be playing the game and you'd have this little book that you would open up and it'd have like the cool pictures and the art. Yeah. That shit was actually so awesome. It was so cool. It's like part of the game.
They would have like quotes from characters in there, and like it was styled to be like the tone of the game.
Yeah, they look good. You'd like wherever you'd store your games, you'd have like your guidebooks too, because they always looked really cool. I remember I had books for like Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy 10, 7. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, Prima guides were so cool.
Yeah, I think I remember this. Wow.
Old game manuals were cool too. You guys don't remember this because you take it for granted now, but there was a big debate back when I was a teenager about Steam as it was starting to pick up popularity, because people would be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm paying $60 for a game on Steam still, but I'm not getting the cool fucking strategy guide. Or not strategy guide, the book. The books that came with the games and the cases. Some of that shit was cool. Those books were awesome. People were like, why do we still pay full price for a fucking digital game if we don't get anything with it? That was bullshit. Yeah, people used to be hella ravaged about that. And then we don't care anymore. I think that Trump is right. I think that all political discourse should be banned on YouTube and Twitch streams and Twitter. I think that these people aren't worthy of having political discussions.